if you want to measure how the institutions are performing on this in this multi-dimensional role, you have to have this kind of metrics that look at all these things. You look at how students are performing in terms of their placement, how is our funded research, how much are we working with industry, how much is industry willing to commit funds, because that's a great indicator of whether this institute is delivering to industry. You measure in terms of your diversity of your student population, gender diversity, that students from other states of the country, are you very sort of looked at only by the students of your own state? So all these things are measured. NIRF actually is a very parametric type of assessment, and because our strategic plan is also very has diced it all out into these things and has measurable objectives that are tracked year after year, it's not too much of a surprise that if we stick to our strategic plan or exceed our strategic plan targets, that we'll end up being somewhere at the very top of the NIRF ranking, because we're very happy to be number one continuously since it started. But that's really the root cause.
Talking about consumer electronics, every time you use a mobile phone, it makes use of an analog mixed signal IC design, which IIT Madras has the most leading centers for. The world of tomorrow is going to be more electric driven than it is today. And that leading edge technology is being created right now in IIT Madras.
You know, one thing we all recognize, and alumni know this very well, that IIT students, you know, they come in ostensibly to do this discipline or that discipline. Very often they end up becoming very different in their careers as they discover new things that excite them, as they discover new opportunities and so on. And we have realized that it doesn't really matter what you excel at later, as long as you're leading the charge somewhere. And so in our curriculum too, we have sort of realized this. I mean, there are some constraints in the IIT system in India. We have to take in students through the JEE. They have to choose some branches. You have to have these. You can't follow the methodology adopted elsewhere, where you can just let them come in and decide and so on. But nothing prevents us from making the curriculum as open as possible, allowing people to pivot, allowing people to change direction, and not wait for them to graduate out to do this, which is what was done earlier. So if you look at our curriculum that you revised in this strategic plan, you'll find that today the undergraduate student at IIT Madras has a minimum of 40% of the credits are his or her choice, out of which more than half are completely anything they like. You know, somebody could do 20% of their program all in English. You know, in English language and literature, if that's the change they are seeing happening, that they're going to actually go into the humanities, okay? Or somebody could do it in a different discipline with a lot, you know, especially with the kind of multidisciplinary opportunities that now emerge. And in fact, we have institutionalized this, because now we have, as the last count, 7 programs where undergraduates can upgrade to a master's, undergraduate plus master's, by staying just one more year, just taking advantage of all these elective credits. So it's a 2-year master's program, but it's sort of neatly coalesced into the undergraduate program. And they can do this in robotics, they can do this in AI, data science, they can do this in computation engineering, they can do this in biomedical engineering, they can do this in tech MBA. So these things are now based on the student's choice, not JEE ranks. And we are going to offer many more of these. So this is a huge change in the undergraduate program from the time, the way it was run in the earlier days, which also made sense in that time, but things have changed. Yeah.
This is the powerhouse where the foremost innovators and entrepreneurs of the country team up with the smartest talent pool of students and faculty from IITM. The Research Park plays a catalyst that fuels unrestrained networking for future growth and business success while solving globally relevant problems.
In fact, this building itself, you know, the architect was given the charter that he must design this building for our needs, but starting with the Google map, which has all the trees which cannot be cut.